dropping it down under the truck. So maybe we can get back in here again without trying to burn anything. Heat the edge of this manifold a little bit more. You want to make sure you don't get it hot, but you don't want to get it where you constantly keep your heat in one area, because you will melt or create a pocket in the manifold. Like I said, you might have to do this quite a few 3-4 times. The sooner you can get back to it, the better. Instead of like me, fiddling around a little bit, trying to set stuff out of the way, but I don't want to burn anything either. All right. Evidently, we're not getting enough grip with our pliers, so we need to tighten them up more. There we go. All right, got a little bit of movement. Well, we can hear that too. All right, instead of trying to force it, come back off. Sit back up here again. And go back to our heat again. Too much on the oxygen. I'm adjusting my oxygen to acetylene. So I get a smaller flame here. A little blue. See how it kind of went? I bumped one of the valves. I got a smaller tip on here too. Get different tips. Again, we're heating again. Move your heat around, or your torch around, just take your heat around. Don't just concentrate in one area, because you will, like I said, burn a hole. You can mount your manifold, kind of like you're welding. All the slag that we got up here, we can clean that up after and do a cleanup prep. Get this real quick again. Turn everything off. Alright. Work it back and forth. Get that rust loose and everything, as you can if you work it one way. you can snap it off, and then you have to get in here with a drill and tap and center punch and a whole bunch of other tools and goodies. All right. That back and forth. All right. I don't know if you can hear how it's not squeaking so much. Go a little further. Where you squeeze again. It'll be a little tedious, but better than having to drill and tap, especially with the location it's in. Or you'd have to take the whole manifold maybe off and get it out and do it that way. And when it gets, you'll be able to tell once it gets real kind of hard, like it starts binding, you may have to stop and heat again. Like I said, so you don't break that stud off. Hopefully you won't have to do this or go to this extent. I probably could have, I had enough threads, I probably could have tapered the top for the plate and got my nut to go back on, but kind of a little anal on some of my stuff, so I just assumed get the stud right out, put a new one in, and know in future if I ever have anything that hopefully it'll come off. Like I said, the other thing you can do, if you can't squeeze, you got issues with trying to squeeze pliers like this, because this, like I said, I'm using both of my hands to squeeze these, and might not have that kind of strength because of arthritis or whatever. Thankfully my hands ain't that bad yet. But you can use a small pipe wrench also as another trick. They do have stud tools for this also, but you're still going to end up needing some sort of form of heat. I've never seen, even with a stud extractor tool, to where you got a stud that's seized in. You can get on it with that extractor and get it out. There's another tool that's out that's pretty nice, that where it's a little expensive, but it's one that I might myself look into in the future. It's like a torch type setup or a heating setup, or it has like a wire. You put it around an area that you want to heat a bowl, instead of having all that heat like I had here, have them watch your flame. It just heats more. It's more like kind of like welding, like a TIG welder. You control your heat source. All right, see how I'm having more and more issues trying to get this to keep turning. I'm gonna stop right now and put a little more heat to it again. key on this is try to get yourself set up to where you can get right back to it while your heat's still there, and watch, see, especially with how hot that is, you don't burn yourself. Each time I'm regripping, I'm still working back and forth. That way, every time if you have to go back down a little bit and come back up, it makes it easier to get a little more leverage on your bolt, even though it's tedious and slow, but and we got to tighten our pliers a little bit here. Hopefully you guys are seeing this, or you can see in the back of my shoulder. Alright, it's starting to get a little hard again, so I'm going to heat it up again. Gain it a little bit. Stud don't look too pretty, but ain't going to matter. We're going to put a new one in there. So keep the edges manifold up just add a little more. Still warm. Keep moving your torch around, your heat around, so you don't see the pocket where you burn a hole in your manifold or melt the spot out of it. Oh, tighten the vice grips up again. There we go. Hey, I'm gonna see what, I don't know where we are at time here. I'm gonna pause you for a minute or stop you, and I get that out. I'll bring you back. Yeah, we're at 18 minutes already.